Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video we are going to get into the new legendary Diversa 2 collection from Oden. They collaborated with the three same content beauty creators. So we're going to get into each of their palettes, and they also included lippies this time within the collection. I'm going to do lip swatches, palette swatches, create looks, and give you all the info. But before we get into this collection, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot on indie makeup, so that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So I'm going to show you these palettes, these lippies. It's basically like three collections within one big collection. So first of all, I'll give you the pricing. It is, I think, $70.74, something like that, if you wanted to buy all of the products. So the three palettes as well as 9 lippies, so there's 3 lippies with each palette, and then you can buy these products individually. So each palette goes for $36.90, each lippy goes for $13.90. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want to pick up. So I love that as well. So we'll start off with the Spring Dragon collection, which is a collaboration with Miss Judy. I love her. She makes gorgeous, very ethereal, soft looks, pastel looks, more like nudie looks. Like, I just love her vibe. So I'll show you the actual lippy components. Look at it. Isn't that so pretty? All of the lippies look like this. So Eastery, so freaking pastel-y and pretty, which is like the ombre effect. And within her lippy, she decided to do 2 shine formulas and 1 matte. So there's some bright colors that are going to go really well with the palette. Very springy tones, so gorgeous. And then you're about to see such a beautiful palette. So here's the outer packaging. Look at that. Look at her with the dragon, the colors, the vibe here. And then inside there is a mirror. And then look at this color story. It is a pastel palette. This is their first time doing like a totally like pastel palette with one like deepening shade. And within this palette, there is, I believe, 5 metallics, and then you have 7 mattes. So a good little ratio between mattes and shimmers. Now, I did want to show you guys what this looks like next to the palette she did on the first Legendary Diversa collection, which is the Red Dragon palette, just so you can see the differences. It's totally like a different vibe. You see that? They probably go really well together, but this one is definitely more of like a nudie palette with a grungy twist. So now getting into the Mighty Monster collection, which is a collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. I really love her channel. She creates very bold, colorful makeup looks, which is what I like to do. So she's really into the same kind of color stories as I am. So I tend to really like her like color stories that she picks for her palette. So her lippies have this beautiful cool tone ombre effect. Look at that packaging. So gorgeous. It has like the blue, some light blue, lavender at the end. So pretty. She decided to do a glow one, which is like a gloss with like reflective shimmers in it. And then 2 shine formulas, which are a little bit more pigmented kind of gloss. And she did like a kind of orangey one. We have a kind of a brownie tone and then like a rosy tone. So I like the variation. And then here's the outer packaging of the palette. Oh my God, this is so pretty. She looks stunning. And then we have what, the snake right here kind of wrapping around her. Here is the back of it. Here is the mirror. And then here's the shades. Look at that. It's really pretty. We got some depth. She included some nudie tones in here too, like a little bit of brown. We got some cool tones, some warm tones. Oh, this is really, really lovely. And in this one, there is 4 metallics and the rest are mattes. So she decided to have more mattes within her palettes. And I'll show you guys what her other palette she did with them looks like. This is the Giant Wolves palette. I think they're probably gonna go so well together. Like, look at that. So the Giant Wolves one was definitely more deeper, more smoky, but I can see these 2 palettes going so well together actually. And then the next collection, which is the Earthwood collection, which is a collaboration with Miss Tina from The Fancy Face. I love her energy, her vibe. She's just so vibrant and talented and fun to watch. I just love her personality. And so let's get into the palette and the lippies. So here's the outer component for the lippies. Really beautiful, has like butterflies on it. I love that. And then her components, which is so gorgeous. It has like kind of like a light peachy to purple to blue. And then within her, she decided to do 2 shines and 1 glow. And the tones are really pretty. And they're gonna go really well with the palette. Like there's kind of like a brighter shine one. Oh, it's so gorgeous. This is more like a brownie shine one. And then her palette, look at that artwork. She looks so beautiful with the flowers and the butterflies, the colors. Here's the back of it. And then inside we have a beautiful mirror and then some gorgeous shades. This one is definitely leaning more of a grungy tone color story, which I'm so here for. It's like muted earthy tones, but we have a beautiful lime green within here. And this one has 5 metallics in it and 7 matte. So the same kind of ratio that Judy did, which I'm so here for. And then let me show you how this compares to her previous palette, the Hummingbird palette, which is also so stunning and very tropical. So here is how they compare. So do you see that? So beautiful. Oh, I love this one. So this one's definitely more like jewel tone, I would say. And this one's a little bit more muted earthy tones. But these are also going to go so well together. So that was everything for the legendary Diversa 2 collection. I'm just so happy for Tina, Annette, and Judy to see them collaborating with Oden's Eye again. And I think they just did an amazing job with each of their palettes and lippies that they chose. So congratulations to all of them. I will make sure to link their social media platforms like their YouTube, their Instagram, so you can check them out, see their like launch video if you want to know the inspiration behind their color stories and why they chose the theme that they did and the lippies. If you just want to get more info, but definitely check them all out. They are very talented content creators. And I will also, of course, have the collection link so you can check it out for yourself. But I think we should now get into the looks with each of the palettes so that I can then give you guys my final thoughts at the end. All right, loves, it is like a week later since I filmed my intro, so we're gonna get into a look finally with the Spring Dragon palette. We're gonna start off with a pastel look. I did prime my eyes already with the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Primer in shade 1. It's a very light shade. So I am going to start off using this little brush from Reference, the 13. And I'm thinking Hua, this lavender shade right here, will be the go-to to start off with. I am going to just do like a very dragged out kind of shape. I'm going to try to use as many colors as possible. I probably won't put anything on the lower lash line, but I'm just dragging that out this way. And because I'm a girly who likes a little bit of depth, or a lot of depth in her looks, I'm going to go into the wood shade. I'm so happy they included one kind of deeper matte, and I'm just going to keep that on the very outer corner. I just feel like I look better having a little bit of depth in a look than, you know, going completely pastel. That's why I love that Sickly Sweet palette, because they're deepening shades. I'm going to take the same brush and use a little bit of Blossom. Now this one seems like it's a little bit deeper than that lavender shade, but I'm gonna just use it very lightly on the edge. Let's get into some blue. We're gonna take the shade called Rain, but I'm going to go into more of like a packing brush. So I'm gonna use this ItsBel one. Is it ItsBel one? Yes, E10. And we're gonna just get in there. It's called Rain. And I'm just gonna pack it here on the edge of the lavender. We're just basically doing like a pastel rainbow kind of look, because I just really wanted to test as many shades as possible since I only have time to create one look with each palette. And now I'm going to take the Chun shade, the green, I love this one. I love a pastel green. And I'm gonna pack it further in. Oh, look at that green shade. Wow. That is also super pigmented. So far, these pastels are performing really well, and it's hard to make good pastels. And then, last but not least, I will clean this brush off. And we are going to take the shade called Seedling through this inner portion right here, this very pastel yellow. And I'm gonna pack that here. And I'm gonna also use that in the inner corner too. It's my brightening shade. So I think I'm just gonna top a little bit of shimmer, like a light tapping of dew. I think that will work well. This is what the shade is. It's like a light kind of champagne. And I'm just gonna tap that on top just to add a little bit of sparkle, but I'm really liking this being more matte. I don't know if you guys can even see. I'm trying to use this more as like a shimmer topper. So let's go into the lippies now. I think I'm gonna start off with the matte and then maybe we can top it off with one of the shine ones. So Matte Tulip is going to be the first shade I'm gonna put on. And I'm more of a matte girly, but I do love me a good shine formula too. So, oh look at that, it's so pink and bright. And these feel very similar to the like Kaleidos Cloud lip clays, very similar, or to the Lethal lip creams. So should we top it with Shine Dahlia, which is like a pinky, shiny, kind of glossy lip cream. I'm just gonna top that on top. See, perfect little combo if you want more of a sheeny, juicy lip. So I'm gonna go off camera, do liner, lashes, figure out something for the waterline, and I will be right back. All right, I am back, and here's the completed look. I adore this so much. I love these pastel mattes, and I did add a little bit of details. I have this little like liner pen that has like a flower stamp on one end, and I used some white cake liner and stamped these little flowers to go with the whole like kind of springy vibe of this. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, I adore this little stamp. I have a bunch of different shapes. I got them off of Amazon. They're like so cheap to get things like that. And then I was like, you know what? I need some lashes just to put a little drama to the look. So I have the Glamlite Chocolate Candy Bar lashes on. I use the Kiss Lash Liner glue to put them on. And then in the waterline, I just use the NYX Jumbo Pencil and a milk. I usually like to use a white pencil when I have like a pastel look like this or doing something a little lighter. And that's all I did. This came out so stunning. I'm loving these mattes. Like honestly, the mattes are so good. And normally I don't do all matte looks. I mean, I did add a little bit of the like shimmer on top of the lid to have a little bit of a sparkle factor, but the main emphasis with this look is the mattes. But that was everything with the Spring Dragon palette. Now it's time to get into the next one. All right, loves, we are now getting into the Earthwood palette. I did prime my eyes with the Juvia's Place primer again. I think we should start off with a lippy first this time. I think I just want to use, I guess, the Glow Creativity. I think it's just more of like a clear gloss. Well, a gloss with like a slight orangey tint, like very slight. I need some hydration, so we might as well go in with one of these glosses. Oh, that's nice. And now we're gonna get into this one. I'm feeling like a very smoky green look. I'm gonna start off with Leaves, the dark green. I'm immediately attracted to that. And I'm going to tap off the X's and I'm gonna start putting that on the outer corner and through the crease. I'm gonna try not to get any like major fallout from this shade because, you know, could potentially stain. I'm also going to take this green matte on the lower lash line as well. Just connect it to the outer corner and just stamp that down here. Now I'm going to blend out the edges. I feel like it needs some softening on the edges of that deeper green. So I'm going to go into the shade called Heal. It's more pastel green. Dust off the excess, and I'm just gonna brush over the edge because I just want things a little softer, look a little bit more diffused. You know, we don't want harsh lines. We want this to look as seamless as possible. Now I want to see if I could add even a little bit more smokiness on the outer corner by laying over Petal, which is this deep blackened purple. But I feel like laid over the green, it's just gonna make it look like I put some black on the outer corner. Just wanted to see if it would add depth, and it definitely does, which I love very much. Now we are going to get into some of the shimmers. Yes, some of the shimmers. So I for sure am going to start off with Moss, but what I think I'm going to do is use my finger just to place it like on the edge of the, you know, deep green outer corner. I'm not going to use a lot of it. I'm using it more like a transition between the other shades that I'm going to use. Now we're going to get into the shade called Strength, which is kind of a brownie, kind of taupey gold over here in the front portion. So now I want to get into an inner corner highlight, and I definitely need to take Beauty. It's so pretty. This one has a very strong kind of fiery gold shift to it. So I'm just going to take this little brush from, I think this is from ItsBel, and I am going to wet it just so it can glide on. It's already pretty smooth, but I just want it to add a little extra-ness to it. I'm going to take it down here too. So that is it for the eye look. I think it looks stunning. I want to take another lippy. I'm going to go into the one that has like a brown tone to it because I think it's going to look better with the look. I think it's the Endurance shade. I did take off the gloss that I had on from the beginning. This is in the Shine formula. The first one was in the Glow formula. So I'm just going to put that on. Ooh, it's like a warm nude, which I think looks really nice with this look. So that's it for the eye look, the lips. So now I'm going to go add a little extra stuff to the look, lashes, the usual good stuff, and then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back, and here is the completed look. I do feel like this is kind of similar to one look that I did with the Harvest Moon palette from Ensley, but I don't care. I love a smoky green look, and I love how this one turned out. It's so pretty, but I'll lean in so you guys can see what I did. I added little lime butterflies in the inner portion to go with like the limey green shimmer that I put in the inner portion. And I also added some glitter chrome flakes. These are the Chameleon glitter flakes from Ensley. I got it as like a gift with purchase. It's like these gold to green flakes just to add a little sparkle to the inner portion. I put a little bit of them on the lid too. And I also went in with a lime green shade for the waterline. It's the one from Sephora in their Ultimate Gel Eyeliner formula, and it's the lime green matte shade, which just ties in with everything. I just think this is so pretty. I did also use a little bit of the Mile High Club mascara from Wonder Beauty, and that's all I did to complete the look. And I'm very, very happy at how this came out, and it's just so different from like the first look with all the pastels. Just went a totally different direction. But that was everything for look number 2 with the Earthwood palette. I think Tina killed it with this color story. So now we are going to get into the next look. So just took off the other look. My eyes a little red on this side. Please ignore that. My eyes get easily irritated. But we're gonna get into the Mighty Monster palette, and I did prime my eyes again with the Juvia's Place primer. So I'm going to take my ItsBel, what is this, E6 brush. Sometimes I remember to name my brushes, other times I don't. But I'm gonna start off with this lighter brown. They're definitely more on the cool tone side. And I love that she added some like nudie shades into her color story. I'm digging that. So I'm gonna use that through the crease and just start off with the lightest shade. By the way, I wasn't able to get all of the glitter off my lid. So if you see some sparkle, That's why that's the main downfall of using like glitters on the eyes, is they're hard to get off. And of course, I mean, they can get in your eyes and possibly scratch your eyes. Now I'm going to take the same brush and go into Abyss, which is the darker matte brown. And I'm gonna work that into the outer corner and through the crease as well, just taking it a little lower than where I put the brown, the lighter brown shade. So I'm gonna go into Ophidian. I actually have to look up how to say this word. I think it's another word for reptile, but I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna add another color too into this look, but we're gonna start off with this purple down here. So I want to try to deepen up the outer corner a little bit more and go into this deeper green. I looked up how to say this name as well. I'm probably going to say it so wrong, but it is Jormungandr. I'm saying that so wrong. I know I am, but it's from Norse mythology for the Orled serpent, the Midgard serpent. But I am going to take the shade that I used for the browns and just go in very lightly. I don't want to make the outer corner too green. I just want to see if layering that over the brown can add some depth, and it definitely can. See, and the mix of the brown and the green almost looks like I just put a little bit of black on the outer corner. So now we're gonna get into the metallics, and I have to use this shade. It looks so pretty foiled. It looks like it's on the flaky side. I think I'm just gonna use my finger again. So I feel like this is gonna be one of those super creamy shades, which it is. Wow, that is so bright and sparkly. It's like a silver. Oh, wow. It's really creamy too. I'm just gonna spread that on. Definitely one of those shades, if you layer them up too much, it could probably get a little thick on the lids. I do want to take this lighter purple right here on the lower lash line, like right in the front. I had to look up how to say this name as well. It's Ouroboros. Try to say that fast. I'm struggling saying that, but I'm going to spray that, and I'm just gonna add that right on the bottom here. Oh, that's a pretty lavender. It's really sparkly, and it's spreading on so nicely with a brush. Especially, you know, wetting it, just letting it glide. It's gonna add a little bit of purple brightness down there. I'm kind of curious on how this shade looks like as well. Ooh, this is a very shifty one. It's called Glow Vortex. Should we use some of that on the brow bone? Oh, there's so much shifts. This is definitely like a multi-chrome, but I'm gonna use that up here. Oh, wow. It has like pink going on, orange, green. Oh, that looks beautiful on the brow bone. So now for the inner corner, I want to add even more color, and I have to use the shade Oceanic all through the inner portion. I think it's going to be very pigmented and stunning there. I think it will be light enough as well. We'll see, but I just want to pop that here because I love using light mattes as inner corner highlights. I'm just gonna see if that will work. Hopefully it won't look too dark or create a cast. I wouldn't say it's like a true pastel. Now we need to go into some of these lippies. I forgot to put one on at the beginning, so we're gonna use two. So I'm just gonna start off with the Glow formula because it's usually just a sheer gloss. This one has a little bit of like a orangey pink tint to it. I'm just gonna put that on first. Oh yeah, it definitely adds color to the lips, just like a little bit of pink. It's definitely more pigmented than the Glow one in the Earthwood collection. I'm gonna go into the Mystic Rose one. I love that they're both on the cool tone side. I'm just gonna put that on top. It's gonna add a lot of color to the lips. Ooh, that's a beautiful cooler pink. So now I'm going to finish off the look, work on the blend, do something for lashes, you know, waterline, mascara, all that good stuff, and I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back, and here is the completed look, and I am very happy with how it turned out. Now, I was feeling really creative off camera, so I wanted to add some color liner details to enhance the look. So I took some blue liner and arched it here and then kind of took it up. And then I took purple liner from like this point on, went this way up, and then angled it over here, kind of like a little wing on the outer edge, and then added purple gems on the bottom here, and then blue gems in the inner portion. And I think it looks really pretty, and it helps add more contrast against the nudie shades that are on the lid. Like, it really amped up the blue in the inner portion, amped up the purple on the bottom. But what else I did off camera was I went in with the LA Girl liner. This one is in Vivid, just on the lower lash line. I used the Mile High mascara again, the same lashes, the Glamlite Chocolate Candy Bar lashes, and used the Kiss lash liner glue. And that is it for the other things that I did off camera. And this is just so pretty. I love how all the looks came out so different. I love how all the palettes are so different. So I am now ready to give you guys my thoughts on everything and wrap up this video. I am really loving the second round for the legendary Diversa collection, and I didn't expect to love it as much as the first round because those color stories were bomb from all the different collaborators. But I love that they included lip products this time, and I love all the different formulas from Oden's Eye, and they're all beautiful colors that are going to coordinate very well with each palette. So we'll start off with Judy's palette. It's a beautiful pastel color story, and the pastels in here are really good. So I definitely see this becoming a favorite of mine in terms of pastel palettes. They're all very pigmented, these beautiful pastel metallics. They're so beautiful and sparkly and shiny. Then you do have one deepening shade. So I love that Judy included a deeper brown if you want to add a little bit more depth and not only go the pastel direction. And then the lippies are in all of these beautiful springy colors that complement these pastels with these beautiful pinks. There's a matte, the shine formulas. They're all so stunning, and the packaging is so pretty. And then the second one, the Earthwood collection with Tina, is beautiful. It's definitely more muted and grungy. There's some nudes with these like muted colors. I love this a lot. I think it's really beautiful, and I think the lippy colors that she chose are beautiful. You get this more kind of warm nude color, then you have this beautiful more sheer gloss, and then you also have a fun pink shade as well. And then the one with Annette is also really beautiful too. It has some fun colors. You have some deepening shades. You have even some nudie tones in here. You can go really warm tone and really cool tones. So if you want to go fiery or you want to go more cool, you can do that with this palette. And her lippies, I love them as well. I love that she gave you like a rosy kind of cool tone shade. Then you got kind of a cool tone brown shade, and then this beautiful slightly pink gloss. I think they also coordinate very well with her color story. So everything was absolutely stunning, all for different reasons. If you like pastels, Judy's palette will be perfect. If you like a little bit more muted grunge with some muted colors, the one from Tina, the Earthwood palette, would be perfect. And if you're wanting something that has a little bit more color, like a little bit more brighter pops with some nudes mixed in and some vibrancy, you can totally go with Annette's Mighty Monster palette. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them, with any of the lippies. Now, I do feel like the glow ones are a little sheer. They don't pick a lot of color up, so I don't know if you would necessarily need all the different glow options, but I do feel like all of the shine and matte ones are pigmented and different from one another. So congratulations to all the amazing beauty influencers, Tina, Annette, and Judy. You guys did an amazing job. You guys are killing it with these collabs, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection and get to play with them. I want to see how I can create some looks with their first round, with the second round, mix them together. So that was my thoughts on this collection. All of the palettes, all of the lippies. Hopefully you enjoyed the looks that I created. Hopefully this was helpful in letting you know if you needed to pick this up or not. and also gave you some look inspirations to do with the different color stories. But you guys want to have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Did you purchase any of these products? What do you think of the different looks? I would just love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the collection linked where you can find it. I will link the video that I did on the first round if you want to see looks from that and different Oden side videos that I have done. And I will have my makeup linked, my foundation, all that good stuff if you want to know what is on my face. And then I will also have my contact and my social medias linked. I'm also on Instagram as Brici Lifestyle and Brici_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here, watching this video, supporting me. I just appreciate you guys all so much. And I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world. And just send you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.